Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're playing Fishing Planet, Captain Dr. Spock, and I'm bringing you some fishing material. Today we're gonna go for some predator fish. We're gonna come up this bank and we're gonna go all the way up to the next two spots up here. Then we're gonna see what we can catch. We're gonna cross the river, see what we can catch on that side. And we're gonna use spoons and jigs and grubs and shads and things like that all the way up and down this body of water today and see what we can catch. We got some awesome stories for you guys today. I know I haven't got a video up at all week. I feel bad about that, believe me. But I'm bringing you this right now, and the reason I haven't brought you any videos all week is because I've been ow, is because I've been working on my quality. My monitor I had before was not the correct monitor, but now I have my old monitor, which is the correct monitor. So I hopefully will be getting a better quality video to bring you guys, and that will help me be more confident in bringing you guys more material, because I've seen my stuff. Once it gets uploaded, it looks a little blurry, but hopefully this will change everything. This will change everything. Okay, so fishing. Here we go. We're gonna actually cast over here with the gold spoon. Just flip it back over there. Actually, should have cast it farther, maybe, just to see what's back there. But this will be okay. This will be okay. Yeah, fishing. I've been dying to do some fishing. You guys been doing any fishing? Anything at all? Let me know in the comments below. I'd like to know that stuff. Hype. What's that? What are we hyping? I have actually been fairly busy. Here we go. Cast out over here. I think it's pretty shallow all over here, so we'll just keep our cast across the river and not along. Spoon the lower half of the river there. Get past them brushes. Ooh! No, that's a snag. It's weird to think summer's pretty much over, you know what I mean? I guess it's not pretty much over. I guess there's still, what, like 2 months of it, but technically, like, August is like the middle of summer, and then it's just gone and done after that. Snag. Okay, so there's the lily pads. Can just work. It's just a little too fast. That was way too fast. Oh, because I'm reeling in at level 3. My bad, guys. Way too fast. There we go. That slows that presentation down a lot. Getting that thing actually fishing through those lily pads. Actually, I guess that might be just tall grass. I don't think that's a lily pads. There's dirt just going through it. Oh, I just had a bite. Still don't understand. I let it go, and the snag pulls it tight, and then releases it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Let's cast at that rock right there. Let's cast at that rock. Mind you, I've already fast forwarded time so that I'm not fishing a dead zone. The bite of the day is going to be from about 12 to 3. I want to say is what it looks like. I'll have to look at it again to be sure. Yeah. See if we can't pull any aggressive teethy fish out of this body of water today. Maybe even a couple bass, because, you know, they may not be teethy, but they are predators. Ambushy, but very predatory. A lot of stuff. Bit of a snag there. Caught the edge of the weed line. It's okay though. Okay. Yeah, let's try this right here. Short cast. Get it around. Yes. Very nice. There. Go do some fly fishing today. Got some fly fishing in this week. Or was that this? Yeah, this week. Because this weekend I went to the zoo. Oh, I went to a zoo. I'll tell you guys about that. But oh, I finally got back to my roots with the fly pole, guys. Let's cast over by this pad here. Finally remembered how to set the hook and catch those fish, which was such a relief. Such a relief. Let's come over here and past this section of weeds. We've had good luck with things coming past here. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay. That's why I was so quiet, guys. I was focusing. I was focusing on that guy right there because I knew he was there. Ah, good catch, good catch. Okay, guys, I think it's time to swap up gear here. Let's throw on this jig head, the 1/2 ounce with the 2-aught on the right pole though. Right pole, that's where it comes down. Yeah, let's put it on the new pole with the new reel. Put that on there, and we'll put the. Do we have a 3-inch worm? We do have a 3-inch worm. We have a 3-inch grub too. Decisions. Let's throw the 3-inch worm up there and go from there. Yeah. Okay. Let's throw this right here. I have to check what pound test I had on for fishing line, but that's okay. Just bring this back. I am still using a spoon. Yes, I am still using a spoon. So, we're going to want to fish this edge, and then reel it in, and cast back out with the right pole. Just like this. Ah, yes. Look at that. That's exactly what we're... Throw that out there, increase the drag. Give it one of these. I don't... Yeah, let's go like this. Just work it across the bottom. Get across the bottom. I really think I should be throwing this next to lily pads and structure, honestly, instead of working it like this across the body of water. Oh, there we go, right there. Nice. Look at that. I want to say I pulled that guy right now next to that grass. Let's give it a drag change. Oh wow, this is actually a bit of a bigger fish, I think. This is the new reel with a better drag, and he's actually making this work. What's this? Is it a bass? Oh, is that a bass? That looked like a bass. It looked like a big bass. Yeah, 2-pound bass. That's a nice bass. Very nice. Okay, look at that. I like that. Let's fish this side, but let's not cast out so far. Let's just cast it to like right here. Which didn't seem that far at all for this pole. Oh, but that's still 60 feet. Wow. Okay, so let's just work it back on through like we were. Because that seemed to just give us a fish. That was nice. Oh, I even did some hiking. Have you guys done any hiking lately? You know, you should get out there and stay healthy. Walk up hills and stuff. It's like #1 workout. You think stair steppers suck? Walk up a hill. Ugh. Now, this last weekend, I headed on up to a good hiking spot, lake, hiking trail to a lake called Lake Serene. Very, very awesome lake. The lake itself is usually fed by giant glaciers that are surrounding the lake. And I went up there once when I was a kid, and we camped up there, and glaciers were much bigger when I was a kid. We're going up this weekend checking it out. Get it all. Glaciers really reduced, and there's just a lot more rock face. The water was still crystal clear with that slight, like, aqua color of water. Beautiful color. Beautiful. And there's still fish jumping in there. Nice fish. In fact, we took the fly fishing poles up there, see what we could catch, and it was one of my buddies from the gym. Um, both he started off the action with just throwing it out there and letting it sit, and he actually got one to bust the surface for it. That got me all excited, so I'm over on my rock at the end of a log, and I'm trying to not catch the trees behind me and not hook the down tree in the water to my left, and trying to get some kind of distance, and I'm fishing out in front of me, and I'd say I'm like 15 feet offshore, 20 feet offshore, because I walked down a down tree. Well, behind me in that 15, 20 feet of water, a fish jumps. And so, natural reaction, you instantly whip around and you cast over by where you seen the fish. Well, instead of conventional gear, I was using a fly rod, and I had the bumblebee tied up. And with the bumblebee on there, I threw it out there and I'd let it sit, and then I'd give it a little quick jerk, just one quick jerk, let it sit. I thought I had a fish there. I thought I seen the line raise back up. My bad. Sorry, sidetracked. I'd give it one quick jerk, and then I would let it sit and start sinking again. I did that about a couple times, and about the fifth or sixth time bringing it in, trout came in. Came out of nowhere, too. Like, caught me off guard. I wasn't ready for it. And it does the whole, comes up to it real quick, then turns away. And I get all excited, and I stop, and I try to let it sit and not move again. And he comes back, and I hook into him, but again, guys, this is before I actually remembered how to set the hook again. I'm still, I guess you could say, getting back to my roots, that one, at this time. And I do hook into him, and I get that whole sensation of catching a fish, but he gets off, and I get all excited, and mind you, there was a bunch of hikers, and at that exact moment there were some girls walking by with their dogs to get to the lookout point on that area, and the child in me screams out, "Oh, I got a fish!" And my buddy across the way, I can hear him laughing, and then that's when it dawns on me how loud and like crystal clear. Maybe let me rephrase that. Not so much loud I was, how quiet around the lake was. And that's when I realized pretty much everybody that was hanging out there realized, or not realized, but heard me say that. And yeah, but I almost caught one. That's all that matters. Yeah, so that was fun. We didn't actually get to catch anything though out of the lake. Tried. They tried. Seen some. And actually we were sitting there and I watched one come cooking in from deeper water. He came into the shallows, and I had a couple bites, but I never got the chance to set the hook into one. So maybe next time. But then on the hike down, there's a small little body of water, like a stream, that comes out of the area, and the trail passes over it. Now mind you, most of it pretty shallow and stinky and just, much. I know there's a fish sitting over there. But there's this one spot right where the trail crosses over, and there is only like real deep spot that you can tell. So I drop the fly down in there, and sure enough, right when I drop it down in there, a nice little like 7-inch trout grabs it up, and that's like for the size of the stream that it was. Like, let me put it this way: 90% of the stream was not over ankle deep. So the fact that there is this one little pocket of water where it was deep and slow down, like perfect little feeding lane, there was a nice trout sitting there. And I hooked into him, and I got him up out of the water. I didn't quite get the hook on him though, because I actually really wasn't expecting it, even though I looked at my buddy and was like, I'm gonna catch a fish right there, you watch this. I didn't get the hook into him, but then I walked down to the bridge and I go to the other side, I drop the fly down, and I catch like a little 3-inch trout on the other side. Talk about like back to back, I know where the fish are. Why couldn't I catch the ones in the lake? That's a little deterring, but it's okay. Next time. We'll get those next time. Yeah. I think it's time to switch up spots here. We're gonna move up the river. I wanted to say that there was gonna be a grass pickerel in this little here. Just not taking it, so we're gonna move up, see what we can find around the way. Okay. Go through this trail. Those logs I was casting at. Just poke out right here. Yeah, let's cast right there. Get on the back side of that log right next to the grass. Yeah, I feel like that would be a good spot. Something should be sitting there. Even if it's just a little tiny bass. You know what I mean? I think it's just too shallow. Yeah. It's just too shallow. It's okay. Really whip this thing out there. That cast right there, that's 73 feet, but that's like only the lower half of that bar. It's very nice. I like it. Oh, I've cast it over that log. It's telling me I have, yeah. Doop. That sucks. All that promising area gone. Could have caught a fish out of there. Could have. Let's cast it over here. See what we can find. Cast it up along these weeds. Oh yes. Right through those, because I don't care. I'm gonna get a fish. Oh yes. Speaking of catching us a fish, after that awesome little hiking trip with the fly poles and almost catching fish, I get back home and I'm like, oh, that was too much. Not enough, but too much. So I grab the fly pole and I go down into the river. I actually talked the girl into going with me, so she came along, and Mom actually joined us too. It was a nice little walk. Get down there, and I got my sandals on, and I go walking where remember I told you guys about getting my fly line stuck in that log? Now, in that amount of time, from when I told you guys that to now, the river has dropped so much that area, that those logs are almost out of water. So that goes to show how quick it's drying up around here. But I went back to that spot, and I started fishing that with the bumblebee. And after about, I'd say, 5 minutes of sitting there, casting and finding the right length of line and getting the right spot going on where I need to stand and I need to cast and everything, got my first bite. And after my first bite, I was like, okay, I know where they are. I cast. Actually, we're just gonna go up. Yeah, after my first bite, I knew where they were, so I started really working it, and I put it right back in there, and just like it was just like a feeding channel. You put it where it needs to be, and the fish will take it. I did that, blam, hook into a little fish. That fish comes up out of the water. I'm smiling. I don't know what to do. It feels like a big fish, but it looks like a little fish. And it's got a lot of fight though, because it's on a fly pole, and he runs out into the main current, and he really starts taking line for a second, and then I get him back over, and I pull in the line, and I'm not reeling it in. I'm just stripping the line in. I'm not reeling. So as I'm pulling him in, I'm getting a tail that's going out. And as that's happening, I'm starting to get... By the time I got him in, I just kind of picked up the pulls to get him over my extra line, and then I got turned into upstream, and... Oh, I almost had a huge knot at my feet with the fish in there, and all I could do was really smile because I had caught a fish, and then I was just put myself in a predicament of I got myself all tied up, and it was not good. Not good. But, I got him. Got him back in the water, safely, soundly. He took off. It was a nice little fish. It wasn't a very big fish, but it was a healthy fish. He'd been eaten. Strong little fish. I caught another one out of the same area, although that one, instead of coming straight out of the water, that one dove to the bottom and he ran. And for a second I thought I had a pretty big fish on there, and I was really excited. But once he surfaced, because they both the fish I caught that day, they jumped up out of the water. I realized how big it was, and it was another like 8-inch, 9-inch fish, and not very big, but big enough to be a fun catch. So that was a fun little fly fishing adventure. I finally got back to setting the hook, guys, and I remembered how I feeling it again. It's nice. It feels good. It's very good. Yes. Catching many fish though right now. It's okay though. We'll hook into them. Sadly, the girl didn't hook into any fish on that little adventure, but next time. Hopefully next time. Maybe if we increase the speed a little. Oh, there's a fish. Nice. Very nice. That's what I'm talking about. Maybe if we increase the speed. Bam! There's a fish. Is it a weight? Does it got weight? Oh wait, it's got weight. Got a little bit of weight. Get him in here. Find out what he is. Looks like a nice bass. Oh yeah, another nice 2-pound bass. Look at that. Okay. So, I think we might change to a shad. To the white shad. Color white, yeah, just a white shad. See how that does us. Cast it here. And look through these pads. See what that brings us. We'll slow it back down. Yeah. That. Just bounce it along that. Stop it for a second. Get it up again. There's the lily pads. There we go. Perfect. Right away from them pads. Oh, he came out of the water there. For the bass? Oh, oh. Hey now. Hey now. What are you doing? That's a nice bass. Look at that thing. Nice. Very nice. There's some nice bass I'm catching here. I've already caught 4 of them at 2 pounds. Just, continuously catching some nice fish every so often. Those last 2 are caught in the nice same area, but let's see if we can't pull something off the side over here. I feel like that log has secrets it holds. Secrets just can't be kept from me on this river. Stop for a second. Increase our reel speed. Oh yeah, I like that reel speed increase. There's a little action. Gives it that little bit more action. Gets it off the bottom just a little. Let's throw it all the way over. How far is that? Let's think. 180. Wow, that's almost all my line. Wow. Oh, but something giant over there. Starts to spool me because I'm kind of screwed. It's okay. Just bring it back. Stop it for a second. Sink. Keep it going. Sink. Snag? Oh, okay. Oh. Love it. I'm gonna drag it past the outside of these lilies again and see what we can't find. So when was the last time you guys went to the zoo? You guys remember? Because this weekend was my last time going to a zoo. Although it wasn't just any zoo. I went to I went to a endangered species zoo called Cougar Mountain Zoo. There's a lot of birds, a lot of Washington wildlife, I guess you could call it, except for like the lemurs and the emus, cranes, African cranes. Yeah, except for all of those, like the mountain lion. I guess the mountain lion and the mule deer were really the only two native species to Washington, but it was a really cool zoo. They had tigers, wolves, reindeer, a gaggle of parrots. What else did they have? A couple llamas. Wasn't really impressed with the llama. Spit. Fan of that. We're gonna get a spot change here real quick. We're gonna get across the river. Start fishing the other side and see how that does for us. Yes. Oh, the tigers they had? Very cool. They had the tiger, like the Tony the tiger. And then they had a golden tiger, which, think of like Tony the tiger, but take away his solid black stripes and make him much, much more orange, kinda. Which looked really cool. And then they had two white tigers. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And then, the viewing section they had, you could actually get feet of the animals. I never really realized how big tigers were. Giant animals. Terrifyingly giant animals. I don't really know where to cast on this side. We're gonna try and... Yeah, I see lily pads. We're gonna get right here, cast here. Just pull the fish right here. Yeah, it was a good time. Very good time. It's one of those places you go, and it was only $25 for both the girl and me. It's pretty shallow right there. Slow it down. That's what I got. Slow it down. But if you go at the right, like if you show up early enough, they actually have like a guided tour that you can go. And they will tell you all about the animals and the parrots. You should have seen all the parrots they had. In fact, they had one parrot named Paco. Paco is an African gray parrot. What's going on? Snag? Okay. African gray. And when I first walked up on him, he was sitting in the bottom of his cage. He was sitting in like a circular round cage. They all were on the outside, so they were outside in the fresh air. And Paco's sitting at the bottom of his cage, and he's trying to fit his head through the bottom of the bars of his cage. I'm gonna see if I can't pull the fish off this side of that lily pad patch. Fish through this side of the middle, right side of it. And I sat there and I watched him, and the girl's looking at other birds, watching Paco. And then he looks up at me. because he realizes that I'm not just moving, and he stops and he just stares at me. And a girl comes over, starts watching him, and he stares at the girl, stares at me, and he won't go back to what he was doing. So we walk away, go around the corner. As we come back around the corner, I make sure that we're gonna change spots, come down in the river. That I think there's more lily pads and stuff right over here. As we came around the corner, I made sure to watch and see if I could see what he was doing before he seen us. And sure enough, he was furiously working, trying to get his head through those bars, like he could fit or something. And right when I nudged the girl, I was like, "Girl, look, look." He heard that and he whips up and looks at me, and then he goes back to doing the, "Oh, I'm not doing nothing. I'm Paco the Gray African." Ooh, there's a bite. Oh, I missed it. Paco the Gray African Parrot. Don't mind me. And he was he was a bird with a lot of character. That's the best way I could put it. He was a bird with a lot of character. Interesting bird. They were, and then there was the other side of that, where Paco was. They had a spot with a bunch of umbrellas and what the hell are those things called? Cockatoos? Yeah, cockatoos. They had like 12 or 10 or 12 cockatoos all hanging out. And they all had names. There's one specific one. Isn't there some submerged grass out in the middle somewhere? We're gonna go down again. There was one specific one when we walked up. He's like, "Hello," and I was like, "Oh, hey, how's it going, bud?" And hello. Very, very cool birds. I just not a fan of birds because at the same time, right when we were looking at Paco, there was the bird next to him. He cracked open a walnut with his beak, and I was like, "Yeah, you see that, love? That could be your finger. Gone. No more. On the ground. Just like that." Because parrots have crazy strong face muscle with that beak. It's terrifying. Terrifying. Ugh. Yeah, it was a great time. You guys should check it out. Cougar Mountain Zoo. Give it a look it up, or if you're in Washington, stop on by. I honestly promise you, you will enjoy every moment there. I did. It was a great time. You get to see some animals you don't ever get to see. I got to pet a deer too. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. I pet a deer. He came right up to me, and I was like, "Oh, hey, what's going on, man?" He stuck his nose up to the thing. I let him smell me. He's like, "Oh, yeah." And he pretty much acted like it wanted to be petted. It was really cool. Really cool. Okay. I think we're going to throw on that 3-inch grub that I have, because it's the only thing I haven't used yet. And the only reason I haven't used it is because it's bright red. I just don't like that. Yeah. Throw it out here and see what it catches. Yes. Yes. This video might not be as long as the other one, guys. It might not catch as many fish in it. I'm just trying to get a good video quality test, and this is how I'm gonna do it. I caught some nice bass so far for you. But nothing really too exciting, except for the fact that all those bass were nice over 2-pound bass. Yeah, that's kind of, I just wanted to get you guys updated on what I've been up to. Just going to jiu-jitsu, doing my jits thing, going and hanging out with the girl, going to the zoo, doing the fishing thing. I'm gonna go do some more fishing. Really want to do some topwater fly fishing, like poppers for bass. Oh, love fishing poppers for bass. It's so much fun. So much fun. Just get something to bite this grub. We actually might go back across the river. Yeah. I'm gonna go back over here. I'm gonna flip this out here. See what we can find over here next to these lily pads. But I hope that this fixes my video quality problems. Get it streaming in a better quality so it's not quite as fuzzy. It's a little more crisp, a little more clear, a little better easy, a little more easy for you guys to watch it, a little easier on the eyes. That would be nice. Actually doing something right then, you know. I want to catch one more fish. Mind catching it on this grub because this grub's not as bad as I think it is. Oh, nice. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Instantly. I just say, oh, I can catch one more fish, and blam, I catch one more fish. It's a nice heavy fish, too. Very nice heavy fish. It's a bigger bass, that's for sure. Yeah, look at that. Nice big heavy bass. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. I just wanted to thank you very much for watching. I hope you keep on sticking around and watching what I got to present to you guys. I'm working on getting the quality better. If you just hang out with me, I'll get it there. I promise. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to see anything, please leave it in the comments below. Let me know. Please like, subscribe, and comment. That helps support the channel. And let me know what you want to see. That's the only way I can get you what you want. So, have a great day, guys. I will see you on the flip side.